Hey, Donita here. Welcome. It's been a while since I've done a full face tutorial, so I thought I would do one. Okay, so I did go ahead and put on my Say Slip Tint. It's just a tinted moisturizer with SPF, but that just helped even out my skin tone. And the first thing I think I'm going to do is go in with my Bella bronzer and just do a little bit of bronzing. And I've really been getting obsessed with our founder and CEO, Kara Brooke, is doing a whole new concept. Well, I'm sure she's always done it like this, but I've just started watching her. And I've been learning how she does like the Demi method. And what she talks about is first going in and adding color, like not concealing, but actually adding dark where it's light, which is just very foreign to me, but it's fascinating, and she's so right. I'm not fully knowledgeable yet, and I'm getting there, but what I've started doing is adding bronzer first, and then I don't have to use as much of my main shade. So now I'm going to go in with the 3D brush and just do some of my main foundation shade. Just in the areas that need a little bit of extra coverage. But I'm not going to go under the eyes. I'm going to leave that for just Demi. Okay, and then the thing I really like to do now is go in with a moistened beauty blender or my Stands Out sponge. This one is barely moist anymore, so I think I'm going to use my Stands Out because I just want to go around and pick up any excess so it doesn't settle into any fine lines I have. Okay, I think that's looking actually pretty good considering. Okay, so now let's do some Demi. So here is my Demi, and if you don't know about Demi, Demi is a color filtering system based on color theory. And so what you would do first is determine what color your distraction is that you want to filter. So one of my biggest issues are my dark circles. First thing you would ask, so is it dark? And if it's dark, then high chances are it has blue in it. And so this looks pretty dark to me, and it definitely has some blue in it. So if you look on the color wheel, the opposite of blue is orange. So I know I need some form of orange. And I feel like this is a deep tone. So I probably want to use a little bit deeper tone of orange. So right here we have orange 1 and orange 3. I don't even have orange 5 on here because that's for deeper skin tone. That would be too deep for me. So I want to use orange 3, which is this shade. So I'm going to go in with my spot brush. This is an ideal brush to do Demi with. You could also use an art brush. Like this one is nice and small. These brushes are just great because they're dual-ended. So you can apply with the small end and then feather it out with the fluffy, which is why I like these. But you could always smooth it out with like your finger, which I do sometimes too. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that orange and I'm going to place it just on the dark. And then I'm just going to feather that out a little bit just so I don't have too much. Get a little bit more. And I'm just placing this orange directly on that deep blue. So see how that is just kind of filtering out that purple, which is just the goal. Okay, so I don't know if you see this area right here, but it is not exactly deep purple, but so it's more of a lighter blue or purple. So I want to go into this lighter orange shade and just put a little bit of that right there. And then this also helps give a lift to that outer eye, and it brightens. So I like to use this also on the inner corner. And I really think everything's looking a lot better. Okay, so now this under eye, I just look awake and well rested, and I just really like it. So now I'm going to do the other one off camera. So the other area that bothers me are my 11s. So I'm going to go in with Orange 1, that light peach shade, and I'm just placing a little bitty bit of that right there in those 11s. And it also helps brighten the center of my face. Okay, so now for my favorite part, lip and cheek. So I've mentioned some new releases coming out, and one of them is Rosewood. And Rosewood is not a new shade, but it's going to be a permanent shade, which I am so happy about because it is gorgeous. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on. If I can, I tend to get carried away. It's just so pretty for the fall. So there's Rosewood. And then what I've kind of paired it with that I was surprised about is another new release. Got a hair. And this is Love Spell. And Love Spell is not a new shade, but again, it's going to be another permanent shade. And what I did with it earlier was I put it just kind of on that apple, which I like to do with a gloss. And I just think it is so pretty together because I don't have a lot of texture right there, so I like to have that glossy brightness right there because I think it's a youthful look. So I really do like that. So let's go ahead and do Rosewood on this side. My scarring is pulling through, but that's okay. We're just going to embrace our skin today. And now we will top that with Love Spell. Very pretty. And I'm kind of weird, but I like a little bit of blush on the bridge of my nose. And then I like a little up here. Just kind of creates a cohesive look, if you will. Okay, so now let's go on to the lips. Okay, so let's line our lips with Rosewood. I have an area on my bottom lip that is missing color, so there we go. And let's put Love Spell on. Surprisingly, these two shades really do go well together. Okay, so I feel like I'm a little too shiny, so I do want to go in with some powder. So I like to use the wash brush for powder, and I'm just using my vanilla dust here, and I just put it in my T-zone. There we go. And I do want to set those under eyes with some setting spray. And I've just been using this little Charlotte Tilbury lately. So I like to put a squirt in my hand. And I love my Stands Out sponge. And I just get the corner of it damp. It's actually a little too damp. So I'm just kind of letting it dry out a little bit. But isn't that pretty? I just really like that. Ignore my beautiful scarring there. But I take just the corner of the sponge and just set those under eyes with a little bit of setting spray. And they're usually good all day, so. But I think I really like this. I will be posting as soon as the new releases come out, and also when I get my eyeshadow advent calendar, I will start doing some eyeshadow looks. I stink at eyeshadow, but I'm just going to learn, and you guys can watch me, hopefully. Okay, well, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a good day.